Welcome to the Richard Sherman Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Volumes YouTube channel to get more content. We coming at you 2 times a week. Subscribe now. Welcome back to the Richard Sherman Podcast. You know what time it is. It's that time of the night, Sunday night. Mitchell. Overtime.
We had
84-yard run?
Josh Jacobs taking over, Rich. The folks that are happy in Seattle are the Josh Jacobs fantasy football owners, and that's probably about it, man. I mean, holy cow, he ran all over the Seahawks, Rich. This was a crucial game for the Hawks, and they lost it to a now 4-7 Las Vegas Raiders. Your thoughts, man? Let's just kick it off right from here.
Well, the sky was falling for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they decide the team obviously hasn't quit. They haven't given up. Seattle, was never in control of this game. It was a back and forth game, the whole game, and the defense. It seemed they made a stop on Jacobs in regulation, and he fumbled the football. The referees determined that forward progress was stopped. That was a huge play in the ball game. Both teams made huge plays, but none bigger than that run. And I got to see the tape, but I don't know what the heck happened. But Josh Jacobs, 303 yards from scrimmage. Like, what? 303? The Raiders defensive line decided to just be a beast the whole game and dominate the run game and not allow your boy Kenneth Walker outside of the one touchdown to really sniff anything. It was really an outstanding game. And I mean, you still got solid play from Geno. So it wasn't like, he just played a terrible game. He threw for 328. 2 touchdowns. He threw 1 interception. Could have been 2 interceptions, but you think when you throw 27 for 37, 328, 2 touchdowns, you think you win in that game. DK Metcalf, 11 receptions for 90 yards. Quandre, 2 picks in the first quarter. You would think you win that game, but my goodness, the time of possession was very slanted, and that seemed to be. I mean, they wore him down.
They sure did. I mean, Josh Jacobs, this was a guy that the Raiders organization seemingly wrote off heading into this year. They didn't exercise his 5th-year option on his rookie deal, Rich. I mean, this was his prove-it season, and he is proving it. I mean, the Raiders, let's be real here. They're 4-7, but they're probably a little bit better than their record. I'm sure teams aren't lining up to play the Raiders. They got some talented players on their roster, and they hung with and ultimately beat the Hawks. But where do the Hawks go from here? They're in a tight division battle against the red-hot 49ers. We'll get to them next. But what do the Seattle Seahawks need to do to right this ship?
They better find a way to beat the Rams. I'm not sure if Matt Stafford's going to play next week or if Perkins is going to play again, but they have to. That's a have-to-have a game, or it's going to be a very difficult for them to make the playoffs. You got teams like the Washington Commanders. Heineke. They believe in him. Ron Rivera said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know about the analytics, but this team plays better when he's at quarterback. And that's the truth. You can see that. Some things you just can't measure. And that's one of them. So the Seahawks better get it together. Are they going to find themselves with a very good, season compared to what expectations were, but a missed opportunity?
Let's stick in the NFC West. I mean, we've seen the San Francisco 49ers dominate of late. Their offense was a little off, but their defense has just been, game after game, has been getting healthy. And your boy, Nick Bosa, comes up clutch at the end of that game, Rich.
Nicholas John Bosa again. Mitchell, every week, it's like cliche. I could go to sleep and wake up. If the San Francisco 49ers have played and Nick Bosa played the whole game, he's likely going to have a sack of the quarterback. Or he's going to have a lot of holding calls and chips and things of that nature. But a key ingredient to that, the 49ers get their 4th win in a row, their longest streak since 2019, when we went 8-0 to start the season. The 49ers defense ranks 1st in points per game, 1st in yards per game, 1st in rush yards per game. My goodness, sounds like a pretty good defense. Wait till Arik Armstead returns.
I forgot about Arik Armstead.
Yeah, a lot of people, but didn't forget about him? The San Francisco 49ers.
And he's coming back, Rich. Crazy statistic for this 49ers team. I don't know when the last time this has been done. But since week 7, the 49ers have allowed exactly 0 points in the second half.
Mitchell, I told you at the beginning of the season, Mitchell, this could be the best defense in football. They are complete. All three levels of the defense have big-time playmakers, all-pro, Pro Bowl type players. Talanoa Hufanga will likely find himself on a Pro Bowl team this year with the way he's been playing. Fred Warner has been an all-pro, Pro Bowler. Nick Bosa has been a Pro Bowler. Charvarius Ward may find himself on a Pro Bowl team this year. And Dre Greenlaw is playing as well as anybody. And with that kind of talent, and then you inject Arik Armstead back, and then you potentially get Javon Kinlaw back, and the depth and like severity of dealing with that defensive line just gets worse. And you see teams wavering through down the stretch. And the 49ers are all of a sudden getting healthier. They're 4-0, getting healthier and healthier and more and more dangerous. This should have been a game that the Saints stole. You know, their defense played well enough. They held the offense in check. Jimmy Garoppolo played a solid game, 26 of 37, 222, 1 touchdown, no turnovers. But they were stagnant at times. They weren't scoring points. And the defense stood up. The Saints haven't been shut out since 2001. It's been 20 years, over 20 years since they've been shut out. And you know who it took? It took them seeing Nicholas, John, Bosa, and Fred Warner, and the boys, Jimmy Ward. And guess what? Guess what, Mitchell?
What's that, Rich?
Mitchell, it's going to be trouble when they all get fully healthy. Ugh!
I know you're happy and all, high on this defense, but let's be real. They're playing Andy Dalton, Rich. I mean, come on. This was a game they'd probably lose if they were playing my Detroit Lions, who could slap 14 on the board on them. Come on.
I hear you. But guess what? They got a good game next week. They play Mike McDaniel. He's coming home.
Okay. So, Richard, what does this team have to do to get their offense back to humming, to win this next game? Because this is going to be a true test. I know you like Miami.
I do like Miami. I like the way Tua's playing, but you know who I like better, Mitchell? Nicholas, John, Bosa, Mitchell. It's not going to be easy. Tua been playing really good football. They've been playing good offensively. They got Hefe. I think he got a little banged up today. But they got to deal with this 49ers defense, who's going to be even more stout with Arik Armstead coming back fresh. Arik Armstead hasn't played since like week 6. He's going to be fresh. His ankle's healed up. His foot's healed up. It's going to be a tough game for him. It's a Monday night game, so they get a little bit more of a rest. They were kind of lethargic through this game coming from Mexico, but they just got to execute better. We got to call it better. They're rusty. They're rusty. You play a game, you don't practice a lot because Kyle's trying to take care of his players. They got to do better.